Good morning, students. Students, in the last class we have discussed chapter 18 and exercise and question answer also I have sent in your WhatsApp group. Today, student, in your class, today we are going to discuss about chapter 19, India wins freedom. And in this chapter we will know about how India wins the freedom, which type effort taking by the which type effort done by our Indian freedom fighter, which type problem we have to face. So many topics we are going to discuss related to India's freedom. Okay, let's start, students, and we will discuss about India wins freedom, about India's freedom. After coming to India in 1919, such as student, you know that from 1919 to 1947 it was a Gandhian era, and in 1950 Gandhiji returned from South Africa to India and joined the Indian movement. After the coming of India in 1919, end of the First War, Gandhiji traveled all over the country, and he saw the miserable condition of the people, and they were suffering from so many crises from the British rule. So Mahatma Gandhi decided to join a freedom movement. Under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, the struggle for India's freedom took a new turn. When Mahatma Gandhi entered in the movement, this movement had taken a new turn, and people called him Mahatma. Mahatma means he was a very great because his simplicity of the noble ideas. So thousands of men and women over the country joined the movement started by Mahatma Gandhi, and India started disobey the unjust British laws. Meetings and demonstrations were held in many parts of the country. This movement was against the Britishers, and in this way the massacre, a big incident you can say, became in Jallianwala. This was the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. The Jallianwala massacre. Jallianwala Bagh massacre. You know, today Jallianwala Bagh is a large park in Amritsar in Punjab, and a meeting was held in that park, and so many protesters was gathered against the unjust British law, and a peaceful meeting attended by the about 20,000 men, women and children. The government did not like this. So British government, the commander-in-chief was General Dyer, a British officer with about 150 soldiers, surrounded the Jallianwala Bagh park. And he ordered, without any attention, he ordered fire on the protester. Suddenly given order on the protester for the firing. And in that case, that firing, thousands of men, women and children were killed or wounded. The news of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre shocked the people and filled them with anger. Everyone became angry, but Gandhiji told the people that violence would lead to more violence. He believed in non-violence. He was a supporter of the non-violence and fought with a peaceful method. He called the struggle as a satyagraha. You know about Satyagraha? सत्याग्रह में सत्य के लिए आग्रह, वे ऑफ द ट्रूथ. सत्याग्रह मीन्स अ पीसफुल इंसिस्टेंस on the right demand by the people and sacrificing everything for the sake of the earth. Means people join the satyagraha after this violence massacre. Gandhiji started non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement. Gandhi started non-cooperation movement to protest against the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Gandhi gave a call for the non-cooperation movement. In Hindi, it will be Asahयोग आंदोलन, non-cooperation movement. And you know, students, the people of the India decided to disobey a unjust law, and they decided to would not cooperate with the British government. Thousands of men and women left their jobs, students left the school, and the colleagues also joined the freedom movement. Means you can see so many people join the non-cooperation movement. Leaders from all over the world, all over the India, all over the country joined the movement. Among them were a great men and women like Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Maulana Kalam Azad, Sarojini Naidu, and Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, Motilal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, etc. In 1929, Indian National Congress, means INC, took an historic decision in Lahore, and this time was a complete independence. Before this, Motilal Nehru declared a Nehru report. In that report, Motilal Nehru, he wanted a dominant status, but Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru declared a complete independence, Purna Swaraj, complete independence, Purna Swaraj. After that, Dandi March. Dandi March, the other name of the Dandi March called Civil Disobedience Movement. The British passed a law that it was a collection of the salt and from the sea coast. And often the Indian had to pay tax on salt. It means the Indian pay a much more tax on salt, and salt was making in India. So Gandhiji refused to giving a tax on salt. It was wrong according to the Indian people. So decided to break this law, and he declared about disobey of the Britishers. From his ashram Sabarmati to place called Dandi on the sea coast. Means he started a march from Sabarmati to Dandi. Dandi, it was a coastal area where people made a salt. Thousands of people from all over India joined him in this march. And on the reaching Dandi, Gandhiji made salt from the sea water and showed to the British government and declared, I will not obey. They would not obey of the British government. The movement in the north was carried on the Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, popularly known as the Frontier Gandhi, Rani Guerrilla, Nagaland, and carried the movement in the northwest. In this way, the next movement started by Mahatma Gandhi. It was a Quit India movement. The next, a very important movement started by Mahatma Gandhi, Quit India. Now all the point noted today. Okay. I will write here. important movement started by Mahatma Gandhi. Quit India. Quit India movement when in 1952. Quit India movement, भारत छोड़ो आंदोलन. In 1942, Congress under the leadership of the Gandhiji launched a big movement, you can say Quit India movement, भारत छोड़ो आंदोलन, started by Mahatma Gandhi, and the British were asked to leave India immediately so that Indians could sort out their problems as they liked. And Gandhiji gave the slogan on this time, do or die. Do or die. It means karo ya maro. Gandhiji had given this slogan on this Quit India movement, do or die, karo ya maro. And that is either to win freedom or die for the same. Either we win the freedom or die for the same. Now Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Have you noted this point, this slogan? Now Netaji Subhash Chandra Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Now, while Gandhiji was fighting the British with the peaceful way, there were other leaders also who believed in the violent way of fighting. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose decided to fight the British from outside India. Because so many people with the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose wanted a angry violations against the Britishers. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose made a Azad Hind Fauj. Azad Hind Fauj made by Subhash Chandra Bose, and Subhash Chandra Bose escaped from outside of India. He escaped from India and formed the Indian National Army, INA, Azad Hind Fauj. Indian National Army, INA, formed by Subhash Chandra Bose to free India from the tyrannical British rule. The member of his army called him Netaji. He gave a country the slogan Jai Hind and Delhi Chalo. Delhi Chalo, Jai Hind, the slogan given by Subhash Chandra Bose. And many revolutionary leaders also joined the freedom. They believed that only violence would force to British to leave India. The most important of these were Bhagat Singh, Ram Prasad Bismil, Sukhdev, Rajguru, Chandrasekhar Azad and Ashfaq Ullah Khan. At last, students, British realized also about the movement, and they realized that we have to leave the country. At last the British realized that India would not tolerate the British rule anymore. On 15 August 1947, India became free. On 15 August 1947, we got freedom on 15 August 1947, and the country was divided into two independent countries. one was India and second was Pakistan. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of India. Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the first President of our country. With this student, few pictures also have been given in your book. You have to see the picture with the name and you have to remember all the picture with the name. With this student, your chapter 19, India means freedom, this chapter has been finished. Your chapter 19, this chapter has been finished. All the points we have discussed, and in the next class we will do the exercise and some point we will see here in the we have seen in the live classes, and next class will be your exercise. Okay, right now note down today's homework. Such a student, we have discussed in the live classes about this chapter, and again we are discussing here the chapter 19, India means freedom, and in the next class we will do exercise. Clear? Note down today's homework. Who was the first president of India? Who was the first president of India? Right. Write some name. Write three. Write the name of the three revolutionary leaders. Write the name of the three revolutionary leaders. It means you have to write a three main revolutionary leaders. Write the name of the three revolutionary leaders. It's your homework, student. Note down today's homework. Revolutionary leader. Revolutionary. Three revolutionary leaders. Note down. notice student your today's homework. Okay. So thank you student, and today we have completed the chapter 19, India Means Freedom. This chapter has been finished and it is repeated again because you know in the live classes few points we have discussed. In the next class we will do exercise. The next class will be your exercise. Okay. So thank you student.